Hi, welcome to this SAP FICO training video. This video is for accounts payable. Hard questions. This is a test. Without any delay, let's get into it. In the financial processes related to purchasing, what is business partner used to manage? Posting vendor invoices, payment processing, clearing and reconciliation of open items. In SAP, what were business partners used to manage? Partner master data objects, mostly in financial supply chain management. Name four benefits of the new business partner concept. Now, a fully integrated relationship exists between vendors and customers when the same company/person serves as both a supplier and a customer of the organization. General data is shared between different business partner roles. Application-specific business partner roles can be created that extend already defined business partners, such as for credit management or collections management. A harmonized architecture now exists between SAP functional areas. What is the buy drop-down list used for? To search business partners by role. Which role is used to view business partners maintained as vendors? 8. By supplier number. What is the data in the general data screen valid for? All partner functions of the business partner. What does the supplier role contain? The vendor's purchasing data. How do you view the company code level data for the vendor? Select supplier financial accounting. Select company code from the top menu. When configuring the synchronization control for business partners, what is the one thing you need to do? Activate synchronization object BP by selecting the PPO active checkbox. When configuring the link between the business partner and the vendor, what is the first thing you will see? A list of business partner roles related to the vendors. What is the business partner role for financial accounting vendors? FLVN00. When configuring the link between business partner and the vendor, what must you do? Make sure vendor based is selected. What happens when you process a business partner with the FLVN00 role that has vendor based selected? The system automatically creates or updates the vendor with the relevant data in financial accounting. What is the purpose of configuring the integration from vendor to business partner? To map vendor groups with business partner roles. How do you map vendor groups with business partner roles? Select new entries, then link relevant vendor groups with desired business partner roles. What does linking vendor groups with relevant business partner roles accomplish? When you process a vendor, the system will automatically update the associated business partner. What are the 10 configuration points for accounts payable business transactions? Enable tax codes to be used when posting invoices and credit memos. Define alternative reconciliation accounts. Configure tolerance limits. Define tax condition types. Document types and document number ranges for the GRIR clearing process. Select the number range number to be used for the document type. Define the actual number range for the number range number. Configure payment terms. Configure payment block reason codes. Define payment block reasons for each payment term and assign payment blocks. What are the main business partner transactions managed in accounts payable? Incoming invoices / credit memos from vendors, GRIR clearing, corresponding outgoing payments. Where are the costs associated with business transactions in accounts payable posted to? Financial accounting. What are the typical standard SAP document types for accounts payable? KR, vendor invoices. KG, vendor credit memos. After tax codes are configured, what T code are they used in? GB60. When are tax codes used in accounts payable? When posting vendor invoices / credit memos. Where are tax codes created, configured, and enabled? Where can they then be used? In one place, the same configuration path in GB60. What is the initial and required input when configuring tax codes? A country must be entered. Are there predefined tax codes in the system? No, the screen will initially be blank. How do you add a new tax code while in the configuration activity? Click New Entries, enter new tax codes. What are the options that can be selected from the drop-down list in the transaction column? Relevant for all transactions, financial accounting invoice receipt. Which option in the transaction column limits the tax code to financial accounting document posting only? Financial accounting invoice receipt. What is a reconciliation account and where is it specified? A general ledger account that is posted to automatically with each posting to the vendor account also exists for customers and fixed assets specified in the business partner master record company code data. When might you need to specify a different general ledger account than the reconciliation account identified in the vendor master record? For the posting of discounts, guarantees, or payment requests. How does the system know to use an alternative reconciliation account? The special general ledger indicator is used. When defining alternative reconciliation accounts, what is the first thing you will see? A list of predefined general ledger indicators provided by SAP. What are the predefined standard SAP alternative reconciliation accounts? Value dated bank transfer, discounts, guarantee received, security deposit, payment request. What are most vendor invoices / credit memos posted through? Integration with materials management. What level are the tolerance limits set at? Where did they come from? The company code level. The company code, the existing company code was copied from. What is the purpose of tolerance key BD, form small differences automatically? To enable the posting of invoices that don't match on the debit and credit side if the difference is not significant, and will post the difference automatically to a small difference account. What can you see in the settings for the tolerant limit? The absolute value of the upper and lower limit, the percentage of the upper and lower limits, the option for the limits to not be checked. What kind of taxes are involved with accounts payable? Tax procedures, tax codes. How are tax codes determined automatically? From the purchase order using the condition technique. How are condition records created? Based on configured condition tables. What are configured condition tables based on? Parameters from the vendor master record for the most part. What determines the proper tax code for the different business cases? The material master record. Where might the system derive the tax code from? A related document in the following sequence: reference item, contract, request for a quotation, info record. What might a purchase order have that is related to taxes? A pricing procedure. What is included in a pricing procedure? A tax condition. What is the standard SAP tax condition? MWST, input tax. Who does the configuration of a pricing procedure involve? Finance and purchasing. What is the first step to configure taxes for accounts payable? Configure the tax condition records. When defining tax condition types, what is the first screen that is shown? A list of available purchasing condition types. Define the following settings within the condition type. Condition class. Determines the usage of the condition type. For conditions, this value is always D, taxes. Calculation type. Specifies the type of calculation and for taxes is normally a percentage. Condition category. Classifies the conditions and for tax conditions should be D, tax. Item condition. Should be selected for taxes to ensure that the calculation happens at the item level, which is required for taxes. Where can you maintain the tax condition access records? T code MEK1. When maintaining the tax condition access records, what is the first thing you need to enter? The condition type, example, MWST. After you enter the condition type, what does the pop-up window ask for? The characteristics you want to create the record for. Example, domestic taxes or export taxes. What does the characteristic options available for selection depend on? The configuration of the condition record. After selecting the characteristic you are creating the record for, what do you do in the next screen? Enter the tax condition access records. When defining the tax condition access records for export taxes, what is entered in the header? The source country of the goods/services. When defining tax condition access records for export taxes, what is entered in the lines below the header? You can have multiple tax condition access records for each destination country. Tax classification 1. In this field, select a tax classification indicator which is maintained in the material master record and normally specifies whether this material is taxable at the full rate, taxable at a reduced rate, or not taxable. Because purchasing documents that match this condition criteria will automatically receive the tax code assigned to the condition criteria, where will the tax code flow into? the financial documents, the tax general ledger accounts configured in the tax codes. When posting materials management based vendor invoices, what clearing account is used? The GRIR clearing account. What are some reasons there may be a difference between the goods receipt and the invoice receipt? The goods receipt is received, but the invoice receipt is not received. The goods receipt is received. The invoice receipt is received, but is less than the expected amount. What is MR11 designed to show? The goods receipts that are not yet fully invoiced, the invoice receipts that are not yet fully received. What configuration does MR11 use? Tolerances that can block the outgoing payment if exceeded. What is the first screen you will see when setting up document types for the GRIR clearing process? The document type / number range navigation screen. After clicking document types, what screen will you see? A screen listing various T codes used in the invoice verification process. What entry can you make to apply to that T code? The default document type to be used with that T code. What is the default document type to be used with T code MR11? KP, account maintenance. What is the number range object for the actual number range for document type? RE_BELEG. What is a major transaction in accounts payable? Payments. What topics for payments apply to accounts payable specifically? Terms of payments, payment block. What do the conditions of payments depend on? The payment terms. What is a payment term? A configuration object that is part of the vendor line item. Define the following fields found in the payment terms settings. Payment terms. Specify the new payment term code. Sales text. Enter a meaningful description for the payment term. Account type. Determines for which type of accounts the payment term is valid. Customers, vendors, or both. Payment terms are objects used both in accounts payable and accounts receivable, but in this field, you can restrict its use if not needed in the other application. Default for baseline date. In this section, you can configure how the system should determine the baseline date, which could be based on the document date, the posting date, or the entry date of the document. Define the following fields found in the payment block reason codes configuration activity. Block indicator. This field is the block code which is entered in the document line item. This code could be entered manually or automatically. For example, Block A is commonly used manually in financial accounting invoices, whereas Block R is the automatic block set up to address mismatches between GRs and IRs. Manual payment block. Selecting this option prevents the clearing of items with manual payments. Not changeable. Selecting this option prevents the manual removal of the payment blocking reason. In other words, this block can only be removed as part of a workflow approval process. What are the benefits of VIM applications? They reduce costs. They improve control processes within accounts payable. When VIM is implemented, where will most invoices be posted through? VIM. And that concludes this training test. Thank you for your time.